Shalom, shalom to the brethren. What up to everybody else? All praises to the Most High, thanks to his son, Yahushua HaMashiach. That's what it do with B-Lew. First of all, I'm coming to you on my cell phone. I'm having problems getting a Wi-Fi signal on my laptop. That's why I did not have the Script Talk podcast this morning, but hopefully I will have it at some point today. But anyway, I got to see something today that kind of bothered me, man. And I'm using this as a way to cause my people to consider, right? And I'm going to try to be careful about my words, right? There was a young lady, well, there is a young lady, but when I first came into the walk, got serious about the walk, 2017, her rise was anywhere between 2017 and 2018, very charismatic young lady, very strong in the scriptures, wanting to bring out a lot of precepts, wanting to do a lot of studies, a lot of lessons, right? And there was a time where you couldn't really speak about it. You couldn't have said nothing about this sister, right? The other sisters wouldn't listen to you. Because she just had such a presentation about herself that it seemed as if she was above reproach, But to many of the brothers, even myself included, there was something a little off, That's why we have to be diligent in purging ourselves and just refraining from the ways of the world, right? So there were certain things that if you really looking and inspecting would be unsettling, right? So, certain attitudes, certain mannerisms, lacking that meekness and humbleness that the scriptures say should be within our women, right? So, there was a time I was following her videos and listening, not for any kind of edification, just peeping game for real. And then got to a point I was like, whatever, I'm done. Because I tried to speak to her about certain things, about, let's not try this, let's not try that. And I got rebuked for, trying to input anything, right? So I left it alone, right? But anyway, I just saw something today about this sister. I'm not going to put her name out there, right? Because I hope the sister gets repentance. But if you know about this, you know exactly who I'm talking about. It's come out now that this sister is, apparently, married or not married, cheating on her husband, entertaining other men, and apparently actively participating in lesbianism, right? So here we have, now mind you, this sister she had a big following. She taught a lot of sisters, out of the Bible and input a lot of different doctrines on our sisters, which might be the problem. A lot of our sisters got issues because they listening to women like this. It's the kind of spirit that they taking hold of. Many of them, not all of them, right? But it just brought me to the point of, it's not only this sister with issues, it's men that's preaching scripture as well with issues. So I would that we just stop looking for someone else to be our teachers in the point of, for us not doing our own due diligence, right? Because if you should happen to believe on such a person and hold them in such a high regard and they should fall, what does that mean for you? Shalom out. What does that mean for you when these people fall off? When these people's dirty laundry come out? Are you going to leave the walk now? Has everything you've been taught, everything you learned from them in question? Is the Bible in question now? Because if you believe them to be so high, what does that mean when they fall low? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, we have to study to show ourselves approved. I do videos, I teach things, but listen, go do your own reading. Go do your own study. Let the Most High confirm himself with you, right? Because this is the thing. Oftentimes, a person gets an understanding or gets a revelation and they try to reveal it to others. So what happens is people get into a mode of receiving revelation from someone else. We have to be about the business of receiving our own revelations from the Most High, that he deals with us, that we seek him in such a way that he reveals himself to us individually. All this stair-step stuff and people blocking you from the most, like they got to be your intermediary, Now, don't get me wrong. There is an order, right? Even David didn't talk face-to-face with the Most High. He had to go through a prophet, right? So, but he still received things in his personal life from the Most High. He still received understanding because he searched. He was a certain way after Yah's own heart, that he received understanding, which he tells you in his Psalms. He tells you about the understanding he receives. But he's not having these intimate conversations, not the kind that the prophets have, right? And we have to seek to have this kind of understanding and this kind of revealing from the Most High to ourselves, and not always rely on men to get it. Because man can fall, man. Man can fall. It says we have to endure to the end and shall be saved. Now we have to iron sharpen iron, ox and a coatees. We have to, pool our information. But don't rely on somebody to be the sole source of your information. Let you be a pillar of information that you can share with them. Let you get a revelation that you can reveal unto them. Don't rely on them to give you all of your nourishment. Because what happened when they can't? You just gonna be unnourished now? Right? This sister that was speaking and all this stuff, you wouldn't what I just read, you wouldn't have got that from her videos. You wouldn't have got it. You wouldn't have got it. Unless you had discernment to see something is off. It's men out here. Teachers, leaders, mores, big followings. It's dirt on their name. To people that know. To the people that know them personally, they not as high in esteem as you might think. It's to the people that don't know. It said, can you get sweet water out of a bitter cistern? I think it's right, something like that. Can you get sweet from bitter? And it's like, we got to stop being like that. Because you're not going to be able to bring these people up on Judgment Day. Most High going to want to know what you did. True enough, the leaders of the people, they're going to get a punishment. But you don't not get punished because they was wicked. Both of y'all going to get punished. That sister and everybody who believed on her, if she taught in wickedness, which she probably did, because it's very hard to be wicked and teach righteousness. How does that work? How you gonna be actively in wickedness and teach righteousness? So anyway, I just want to point out, not to say we don't need elders, not to say we don't need leaders, because there are those who see further because they've gone further, and we need that knowledge of those who have gotten to a place in which we aspire to go. But don't stop from going. Don't think I can sit right here and I can just, get all my information from you and I ain't got to do no work because you gonna do all the work for me. No. How are you gonna ever know if they off? If you don't get discernment? How are you gonna get discernment if you don't learn if you don't put a difference between the Kodash and the profane? If you don't put a difference between the wicked and the righteous, how are you gonna ever know? And we get comfortable with having teachers that we don't never aspire to acquire information to be able to teach others. What if a person's wrong? How will you know? How you gonna know if they wrong? Man could come in teaching you all kind of foolishness, and you don't know worse for better. That's your fault. If this girl preached from a Jezebel spirit and women receive that message, that's their fault. You know why it's their fault? Because they don't know what a Jezebel spirit is enough to turn from it. They supposed to know. Hold on, sis. Hold on now. That ain't how that go. That's not what thus saith the scriptures. It's many people being led wicked daily on this internet. What they call it, on Al Gore's internet. You know what I'm saying? Being led astray, run amok by these teachers speaking from their own mind, from their own heart, and not from the heart of the Most High, not from His word. Or they're using the word and they're giving you these old broad doctrines that don't edify, that's not going to lead unto righteousness, and that's not going to get you into the kingdom of the Most High Yah. Teaching you about all this old weird stuff. And we got to start to resent this stuff. We got to start resent these spirits. How can we cast them out if we in agreement with them? So if a woman is found with a man and she does not cry out, if a married woman is found with another man and she did not cry out, take them and stone them both. But if she does cry out, only stone him, because that means he took her, he raped her against her will. If you're not crying out about this stuff, then you're a part of the problem. You're a part of the problem. And, that's just something people going to have to recognize and realize, man. The time for you sitting on your head or being children, that's what children do. But you're supposed to be a child to the Most High Yah, not to somebody on the internet sitting there just... No. To elders, you sit and you listen to the stories, you listen to the wisdom of the elders, but you got to cross-reference and check that thing. You got to try it. Try ye every spirit. Just be sitting here taking stuff as if it's gold, as if it's came from the lips of Hamashiach or came from the lips of the Most High. Is you crazy? Because you don't know a man. You don't know a man. You don't know what he do in his private time. You don't know what he do behind closed doors. You better be able to test the spirit. You better be able to test words. You better study to show thyself approved. Otherwise, it will deceive even the very elect. If they don't stand watch. If they don't be sober-minded. People out here drunk. They out here drunk from charisma. People out here very charismatic. They know how to talk to you smooth. And brothers and sisters. They all smooth with it. That's what you like, them smooth tongues, them smooth words. I heard been an idiot. That's how Hasatan come. He come like how you want him. He come smooth. He come innocent. The book of Joshua said he appeared to Abraham as a wise old man. A wise old man. Like he wouldn't hurt a fly. Trying to speak to him wisdom. Surely the Most High didn't tell you he didn't have you to have Isaac to have you kill him. He wouldn't do that to you. Abraham said, you better get away from me. Yah rebuke you. Get away from here with that wickedness. Like, because he know. That's what Hamashiach did in the wilderness, the Hasatan. He knew what Hasatan was trying to tell him was wickedness. See, you got to know better to do better. You got to know what's right to fight against what's wrong. That's what's wrong with you. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. That's why you're being tricked. That's why you're being hoodwinked. And you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for being gullible. You're going to pay for being a sucker. You ain't got no reason to be, because he gave you his word. He said you can go and read it for yourself. You know what your problem is? You know what your problem is? You're too busy. You ain't got time to read. You ain't got time to search. He says, seek me diligently. That's what's wrong with you. Y'all here relying on charismatic people because they talk good, because they look good, because they got views, because they got members. Whole time they wicked as hell. You just listening to stuff, man. Now this sister, whoever she is, I pray she repent. I pray she turn. But wickedness abounds. I mean, it get worse and worse. You know, whatever that sister had that I saw in her videos, it turned into what it is today. Worse than you could ever imagine. That's why Paul said, even people in the world don't do some of the stuff I hear about going on in the assemblies. What this woman doing, there's people in the world that wouldn't do what she doing. That wouldn't act like how she act. That wouldn't talk like how she talk. But she did this stuff in private. She thought it was private. Till somebody took all the messages, all the conversations, and put them on the internet and exposed it to the world. But when she came to the world, she didn't come like the Jezebel. Woo. She came as sisters. Head wrap on, fringes, covering up her body. And she's like this, covering up her body. She like this. I can't let y'all see me. I can't let y'all see me. Come to find out, she out showing off everything. When she in private, girls gone wild. Occultees gone wild out here. But you gotta see with your mind's eye. And it's out there. It's out there. I'm just saying, man, we can't be trusted in man. You know, man or woman. You know, we could give a person ear and see if the truth be in them. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean don't listen to nobody or none of that. Please don't get me mistaken. People hear my stuff and say, you know, it rogue and, you know, sowing discord among the brethren. And no, I'm your true brother. I'm your strong defense. I'm the one trying to keep that is outside the tent wall. The whoremongers, the liars, the deceivers. I'm trying to keep that from you. For real. Them people that's coming to you with these smooth tones and these smooth words, you know what they doing? They letting you feel like your wall is up. Like your tent wall is up. Your tent wall ain't up. You don't have no hedge. You don't have no covering. They talking you into believing you got a covering. And then you run out here and you get demolished and you wonder why you being destroyed. Because you ain't got no protection. Because they ain't gave you none. They ain't gave you no protection. They ain't builded you up. They ain't rebuilded the desolate places. They ain't repaired the breaches in the walls. You know why you got to repair the breaches in the wall? So the thief can't get in. And the thief is in. He's killing and stealing and destroying the children of Yasharal. Because the leaders of them have not given them the strength to endure, to fight. Anyway, that's what I do with B-Lew, man. All praise to the Most High. Thanks to the Son, Yahushua Mashiach. It's 12 tribes, but